What's up everyone, I'm Sublight Drive and I just can't build a model kit. I can't. I've tried and I always end up cutting them in half. This Enterprise kit I got is no different. I found it in the back of a weird little pop culture shop, hiding behind a pile of model Kazon Mistrim ships from Star Trek Voyager. I don't remember those guys, right? Anyway, apparently this specific Enterprise kit has been in production since the 60s all the way up to today. This one that I got is from 1983 and it shows its age. Every piece that isn't warped has bubbling, and the whole thing is covered in flash or big ejection pin marks. My plan is to cover up as much of that as I can with battle damage. Alright, let's get to building this sucker. In order to get the damaged saucer to look right, I wanted a deck structure to be peeking out. So I used a bunch of curved styrene strips as hallway walls, and then layered on flat pieces to make the individual floors. I didn't spend any time worrying about being neat since, it all got blowed up anyway. For damaged portions of the hull, after tearing and twisting and filing the surface, I gave everything a once-over with Weld On, which gives it a more melted rather than sliced or obviously filed look. Bits of screen door mesh and some twisted wires add to the illusion that there's layers of machinery and tech under the surface. The kit came with the flimsiest stand I have ever seen in my life, so obviously a replacement was warranted. I got a base and some brass tubing to hold everything up, but the tubing needed to bend to fit the composition I wanted for the display, so I had to Google really quick how to solder brass. The kit included a whole bunch of decals, so you can give your model any of these different names or registrations, which is pretty neat. They are 40 years old though, so I had no idea if they'd immediately dissolve on contact with water or what. Fortunately, it all worked just fine, though they're really thick and kind of slimy compared to the decals I'm used to in modern kits. I very nearly managed to avoid this being any specific ship, but the numbering on the nacelles isn't blown off or obscured or anything. I picked NCC 1707, which the internet tells me is the USS Intrepid, or maybe the USS Ranger, or maybe the USS Hood. I like Intrepid best though, so that's what this ship is, even if the nameplate got blown off. One of the last things to do is to hit a few places with my trusty metallic sharpie. It's less precise than a brush with chrome paint or whatever, but I actually like that since it adds a bit more randomness to where the ink lands. Not to mention, it's super easy to apply. Once I'm done with weathering, the last step is adding some trailing debris to give the impression of the ship drifting in space. These are made with leftover bits I couldn't find a good spot for anywhere else, plus some extra wire. And with that, we're done. I hope you enjoyed watching. This was a really cool project, even though it took me way longer than I expected. I really did go into this thinking, oh, I'll just put the kit together and then add some battle damage to hide the places where it doesn't fit together, and now I have to figure out where to put this in my house. It's like 2 feet tall, I really don't know where it's gonna go. Before you go, if you want to support the channel, I sell templates for model ships that I've designed, if you want to try building a spaceship from scratch yourself. Right now I've got 3 different models out, and I hope to have more in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.